Hey there, it's Analytical Chick. This is just a quickie. So I was just watching a recent video from James Alsop, and he made a comment about how come he was talking about free speech, and he was like, the IRS, when they went after conservatives, there was outrage by the conservatives, and he was like, well, how come there isn't that kind of outrage over free speech? And I think part of it is that a lot of the people complaining about free speech are not really conservatives, they're alt-right. And the reason why conservatives aren't going to really defend alt-right is because alt-right attacks conservatives. I have had so many people from the alt-right movement come on my channel, mass dislike my videos, put all kinds of nasty comments, and then the left comes in and they eat that stuff up. When I first became politically awake, I was always a conservative, but when I first became politically awake, the big thing at the time was the whole Kekistani, and the enemy was the left. And then it shifted to where these alt-right pushed in, and I do believe that there were leftist infiltrators who were nudging what was the sort of original alt-right movement, nudging that movement into what it has become. And one good thing about that is a lot of people just said, I'm done, I'm out. But, you attack conservatives and then you sit there and you expect conservatives to have your back? Yeah, it doesn't work that way. The alt-right, if they want to be any kind of in alignment with conservatives, they're gonna have to basically... The appeal to the alt-right is that they actually want to fight. Whereas you get a lot of conservatives who are paying it lip service and this and that, and they're actually out for themselves. Now this is why somebody recently sent me a DM and wanted to put me on the spot, well, why do you always retweet Magdalene Rose? Well, one of the reasons why I support Magdalene Rose is because on the one hand she wants to fight, she wants to reform the Republican Party and fight the left. And on the other hand, she doesn't get involved in this Jew hater BS. I got kicked off of Tim Pool's Discord server, which I mentioned on one of my other rant videos. I got kicked off of Tim Pool's Discord server because what happened, I was on there and some of these alt-right assholes came in underneath me and they were like, you're a Jew, aren't you? Aren't you a Jew? No, aren't you a Jew? I'm sure it's you. I was on this other Discord server and there was this girl and she was a Jew. Aren't you a Jew? And next thing I know, well, not next thing I know. So that was on a Thursday or a Friday. And then I log into Discord after Shabbos and I'm like, wait a minute. Where the hell is Tim's server? And then I went to I'm like, well, maybe they just kicked me. And I was banned. And I emailed Tim, no response. And I contacted one of the people that I know he works with who said they would forward the message. I understand he's busy. He doesn't have time to mess with this kind of stuff. But this wouldn't be a problem if you didn't have these bad faith actors that you have within the alt-right movement who would do stuff like this, And originally, like I was saying, our enemy was supposed to be the left. I have this playlist that I listen to, and one song in particular that I like is the Sounds of Social Justice. And at one point I actually started to do a video on it, and I have my technology set up better. I should do a video on it. But the different lines, because I can do it easier because I'm using OBS now, whereas before I was like recording stuff and editing it, so I can just put everything, I can pause and stop and everything from within OBS. Anyway, so this song, it talks about like commies, the lines in it. I'll do another video on it. I'll put that on my main channel actually. But the lines on it, that's the culture that I came into when I came into like the online sphere. You know, what was popular at the time. This was back like 2 years ago now. It was April of 2017 when I like really kind of woke up politically. I was a conservative before that, but I was, you know, your average, like, hey, I might watch Steven Crowder and not know who he is, and you know, watch Ben Shapiro and not know who he is. Like, wouldn't have even known most of the people I watched his name. I watched Tommy Lahren, I knew her name. I watched Ann Coulter, I knew her name, and most of the other stuff was just stuff that would come up and suggested. So I would watch Steven Crowder and Rebel Media, but like I didn't know their names. I just like later on went, oh yeah, this is the channel that I've kind of been watching. But yeah, so it's kind of like a rant or whatever. Not really a rant. Rant, you should be like yelling, but I decided to use the picture for the rant because it's kind of just me going on a lot of tangents and talking about it. But yeah, I mean, don't the moral of the story is don't expect conservatives to be on your side when you attack them. So all right, thanks for stopping by. Yeah.